No matter which subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Well, it's another rained out game. Jaja, I tell you, my viewers and subscribers, we have been waiting from evening to get on the live, but you know, the pure rain in a St. Lucia, so we won't be having any game tonight. So no watch along. Just decided that I would come on and spend at least 30 minutes and speak with you guys a little bit. I know you all were waiting on the watch along, so I know that you probably have a few things that you would like to say. So yeah, we're just going to talk a little bit, and then we'll probably run out of here. But rain, and pure rain, my viewers and subscribers. That's the last thing that we have seen. So the game has been abandoned without a ball being bowled. That is the last update that I saw there. So we definitely gonna just have to work with it, my viewers and subscribers. So no game at all, no game. So just gonna spend some time and read some comments, and then we will run out of town. So if you have your thoughts, I will be reading them. So look like a washout CPL, 3 games as so far, no result. Hope we can get some full action tonight. I don't know about that. Look like another sit out. Yes, about CPL. Give me an update. Well, the last thing that I saw on the ESPN Cricket Info website is that the game has been abandoned without a ball being bowled. So, all these matches going down the drain. Still ain't get a chance to see Thomas. Boy, O'Shane Thomas is the longest second coming. It's the longest second coming this we're waiting on. That's really bad for all the teams. Bad for the fans also. The fans that paying their money, We all know the winner for the CPL this year, and it's Rain. Big up Sports to the Bone from St. Kitts. Yeah, man, blessings. This is not anything new for 4-day cricket. It rain in the morning and no play for the rest of the day. Yeah, they need to do some work where the field is concerned, the drainage and all of that. These grounds need to be dig up and set up a proper draining system. Definitely, because based on what I am seeing, the rain stopped for a good little while, and they were there, and it just can't work. Yeah, man, Dennis, that's what we are seeing, that the game has been called off as a result of rain. So we are hoping that going forward we will be able to get some more games. But I just saw the thing, my viewers and subscribers, sometimes you make your plan and the plan just don't work out, Man, sometimes you make your plan and the plan just don't work out at all. The game now get called off what a weekend. So we have been waiting, I was looking forward to this weekend, being able to watch some cricket and do some watch along, because we all know how it goes during the week for me, it's sort of rough for me to do watch alongs, and I was looking forward to this weekend, and pure rain, no match this morning, no match tonight. So they definitely need to do some work where the drainage system is concerned, because can't continue like that. I can't continue like that at all. So I don't know how CWI going to do it. I mean, CWI, they are not in charge of the CPL or anything, but it's not on the CPL play on these grounds. So, something has to be done to make sure that when you have fans paying their money, they can actually get the best opportunity to see cricket, and not just go and watch games that is being washed out totally. So, really sorry that we're not able to get the watch along and thing, but that's one of them things there. So tomorrow we have let me see if we have games tomorrow. So that would have been St. Lucia and St. Kitts. Then they have a pause. Then it's going to be the 23rd. The 23rd again before we have a game where we will have St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots going up against the Jamaica Talawas. That's going to be 7 p.m. So at least we probably will be able to get some cricket by then. But just so you go, this is payback for not having games in Jamaica. Can't we get a ground with dome so cricket can be played while it's raining? That is something that I've always heard them talking about. But the problem is difference in condition. They always say when the ground is closed or is closed enclosed, the condition tend to be different when one side is batting from when the next side is batting. I don't know because probably because one side would start earlier. So even though both of them playing under coverage, that is something that they are worried about. So I just one of them things that do my viewers and subscribers. Hopefully we will see some improvement in the near future. This is a terrible look also. This is what happens when you try to force too much games in one location. Exactly. I mean, they still would have to deal with traveling and moving around and things like that. But I just say go still, because we could rain hardly fall in Jamaica, and probably if they played, if games, if we had games out there, would be the same issues. And the drainage system at Sabina Park is known better, so they can't even afford to build a proper ground. You really think they can afford a dome? Yeah, so that is something that CWI will have to look into. You understand? Not a lot of revenues is coming in from our cricket, so it's not too easy for them to get them sort of things done. But yeah, I just one of them days, my viewers and subscribers, just one of them days where you're anticipating cricket, and then everything just get knocked. We see a couple of people talking about it. Um, see a couple of people talking about it. Where they are saying that the paying public cannot be going through things like this. How the weekend otherwise? Well, the weekend is a rough weekend, because as most of you guys know, I'm a big football fan, and my side losing and other side women not like win. So that alone make the weekend turn upside down, and then when I couple it with this, the thing just set away still. But I just one of them things there. All right, let me see if I can pull up some information here. Actually on the CPL website there, they don't really give any other update like that. So all they say, match abandoned without a ball being bowled, and they are looking forward to the next game. So I just say, Ian says poor management of the team tournament, etc. Can you imagine? With the world with us set to host the World Cup next year? We are set to host the World Cup next year now, so you don't know that go already. People are looking, people are watching how all of this, how things going. Good night from Trinidad. Blessings, Clint, blessings. CWI has money only India. CWI has money only India, England, and Australia gets more money than the West Indies. Don't know where it's going then. Boy, bad for Chelsea. For Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea lost what? 3-1. I think it was 3-1 to West Ham today. You all remember when CPL used to happen in June up until 2017. Yeah, all right. The whole structure of CPL is foolishness, says Romar. All right, World Cup in June. So we're saying that that's probably not going to be an issue. But sometimes we get rain in June. Sometimes we get good amount of rain in June, and we know the drainage thing go for most of the ground. I'm sports about how you think the game's gonna be in St. Kitts. I haven't checked the weather or anything, but I haven't checked the updates or weather expected, for the next couple of days. Probably gonna have to look at it tomorrow to see if we're really going to have to deal with another thing like this. West Indies cricket is generally hit and miss, and opposition to an position to grounds with their strength picks. Bad teams no logistically out of order. Let's hope that they don't put matches in one or two grounds. Well, they definitely can do that. They can do that. They need to dig up all these grounds and fix drainage system before World Cup. But it's just the other day people from ICC came out and said that, listen, they are currently looking at the grounds and they are currently looking at the the facilities, and the facilities are actually in order. So I am assuming that drainage system and stuff like that is what they would have, they would have to put them things in there too. I checked the weather in St. Kitts. What is it saying? Are those English Premier lower teams beating the big teams? Yeah, and I mean when they come through still, when some of these teams get promoted, they usually go on a nice little run. You understand? Not even only the promoted team. That's one of the things why I love English Premier League football. Any team can beat any team on any given day. You understand? And with the investment that some teams are making now, you can hardly see that, boy. Teams are head and shoulder above everybody else. Teams are pretty close, except City, as you know. What is going to be very interesting going forward is where a team would not have gotten any point in a match. They would receive 1 point. Each run rate will be critical, something to think about. Definitely. It's nice in St. Kitts, no rain. In St. Kitts, it better. They did come St. Kitts. Why, Mike? I hope when it's time for them to actually come St. Kitts, everything work out, because they always say, if you want to see rainfall in the Caribbean, just put up a couple of wickets, put up some stumps. Imagine we hosting World Cup games and it rains. What are we going to do? This can't happen during the World Cup. Exactly. You think people not taking notes now? You think people not noticing what's happening? I mean, they're not going to say much, or they're not going to run up and down and say a bag of things, but people are watching, and nobody don't really want a prestigious event like the World Cup to just get rain out like that because of poor drainage system. It's going to be sun all day in St. Kitts on the 23rd. All day, all night also. Yes, day and night sun. All right, Mike. CPL need reserve days and put it on a better location. Let's hope so. All right. 4 rainout games in a row. It's disgusting how poor is the drainage in our region. We have a World Cup next year. If something like this happens next year, the ICC will definitely punish us in some way. That's exactly what we were saying just now, that with the World Cup coming up, that's something that they need to think about. You understand? Even at the last live, we were talking about it and saying, if the ICC people say they're checking the facilities and the facilities are good. Only way to know that for sure where the drainage system is concerned is to flood the field. You understand? Flood the field with water. Flood the field with water and test the drainage system. And I doubt they're going to do that. But the ICC, one prestigious event just go down the line like the drain like that. So mad all these teams getting a point because of the rain, and Jamaica still on their 4 points. I understand IPL sucks up 2 whole months, April to May, but seriously, man, if we playing in hurricane season, get some modern drainage system. My goodness, this is embarrassing and stressful. Oh, it's Jamaica. Yeah, man, Jamaica match get abandoned from early this morning. All right, Mike says they're in St. Kitts. All right, that's what happens when you let people backfill the mangrove to the eastern side of the stadium. That lets excess water flow to the ocean. That will always happen from now on. All right. Imagine better grounds have poor drainage as well. They are newer than other grounds. Why it rough man, it really rough. Imagine a whole weekend of cricket when most Caribbean can come out not even 10 overs between four matches. Matches they need to ask England and Sri Lanka how they drainage to soak up so much water. I tell you, I was looking forward to this weekend, man, to watch some cricket and talk some cricket as we go along, but it just no work out. It just no work, you know. Um, and it's not even at one point the rain stopped for a long time and they had the one super supper. That's what I was looking at, you know, and was reading, and they said they had one super supper out there trying to get the job done, and it was definitely not enough. And they said, do the Lucian fans who went to the game yesterday and today get a refund? If not, when that's they need to give the people them back a refund, man. They need to give the people them a refund star. You understand? Because them the people them not get anything. No, there was no value for money. I know going to a cricket game, you know, you ought to expect rain that anything can happen. But at the end of the day, you understand, when people sit down and see no rain not falling for hours upon hours and they still can't get any cricket, people going to start feeling some sort of way like they need to be compensated, you know. They started to back fill the late last year, and I saw water level reaching people's fence 100 meters from the stadium. Well, if that is the case, then you know that, you know, as I said, that's not something that's going to improve anytime soon. Imagine limited rain since morning and no rain all evening and still no game. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You know, when I was on the ESPN quick info thing and they were talking, it's the same thing they were saying. You know, no rain for hours upon hours, and they had the one super supper road. They trying to trying to dry the place up, and it just wasn't working. You understand? So going forward, they definitely need to find a way to get stuff like that sorted out earlier. You understand? Because they can't have paying public coming out to support the game and go through like that. Yeah, so that is all she wrote for the weekend, my people. Rain pan top of rain and no cricket. Sports it bone. When does the St. Kitts leg of the tournament start? Wednesday. That would be 6 days since the last we last had a completed game. Yeah, man. I think it starts at 23rd. The 23rd is Wednesday. Today is what, the 20. Yeah, man, about Wednesday. It should be about Wednesday. So, as I say, you know, you're watching a tournament and you have to be waiting, where you say 6 days before you can get some full cricket. We are hoping that, well, let's say no rain at all is in St. Kitts. So, hopefully, when they reach over there, you know, is the same thing. St. Lucia had the fastest drying ground in the West Indies before. Remember that, but no more because of what they did to the mangroves. All right. They better stop the men running around with a sponge and put a helicopter over the pitch. Or light the pitch. And the pitch is is not even lighting the pitch is one. The field is a problem. You understand? The field is a problem, man. The field waterlogged. They need at least 4 to 5 of those suction machines at every ground. Mm. That is life. We mourn and groan, but God has the final say in everything. And you are correct, you know, God has the final say in everything. You understand? But when you are putting on something like this, you have to factor in natural occurrences. You know, I'm not saying I can outdo what God is doing, but other teams, other countries all over the world have rain just like this, and they still get cricket to play. You understand? So if you plan to fail, you fail to plan. You understand the same thing, you know. So if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So, you know, we see other teams get even more water than this and still cricket. No game for 2 days and 3 days to wait. The new president of CWI Cricket want all games played in small islands, hurricane and poor drainage. Guyana have the best drainage, play most of the games there. Um, I can't confirm that. I don't know that. Can't lie. I'm not hyped for the tournament anymore. Yeah, maybe by Wednesday. I'll be more upbeat. But right now, these washouts, just soul sucking, doesn't make sense watching till you see quick info say game exactly, because I was here, and I say, all right, we're going to do this watch along, and I just kept on looking at ESPN cricket info and just kept pushing it back on, and when I see the finalists that the game has been abandoned, I say, all right, let me see if I can at least come on and talk to the people for 30 minutes, let them express their frustration, and then we leave it there, and hopefully in a couple of days time, 3 days time, we can get a game going. But other teams, other leagues, and even at the international level, we see all it more rain on this fall, and teams teams still are able to go out there and play. So this is not looking good. This is not looking good. As I said, the investors and the sponsors and all of the people that is putting together for the World Cup next year, don't believe that they are not seeing all of this. They are seeing it, and they are taking notes. And I can tell them, man, if when the time come around, see the ICC decides, say, listen, the drainage system was a problem. That's going to be a problem. If they see that rain not really falling and cricket can't play, CWI will have to answer. You know, mhm. Rain beating CPL 4-2. Rain should the tournament sponsor at this point. Probably should. Let me guess. The games will be played at the more established grounds when the big players land for their teams. I don't like it. In Jamaica, sun is very hot this time of the year. Why no matches? Probably because over the last few years they're not getting much support. People not going out to watch, and our drainage is pretty much the same. You understand? But I have to be honest, people hardly go to watch cricket in Jamaica anymore. Whereas from Chris Gale and them guys leave the Talawas, it's very rare you go and find a couple thousand people in the stadium watching cricket. You understand? What is happening is that the region is helping those who are struggling to build their sport tourism. So Jamaica, don't be upset. It's all about helping your brother island. Well, if you put it that way, if you put it that way, Sami Stadium is one of the newer grounds too. Yeah, and they usually say that this is one of them stadiums that you can go there. You usually can expect good pitch and thing, but if you feel it's waterlogged, you can't test out the pitch. If you feel it's waterlogged, you can't test out the pitch. If this doesn't wake up our region governments and boards about the 19 state of our cricket, then I don't know what we need more investment and more modern techniques and thinking to our game. This is poor, and it's not like we're asking for something that is impossible. Other teams are doing it. You understand? Other teams doing it. Other teams doing it. We say, oh, it's Jamaica. They say, raining in Jamaica. Then I see some people saying that it's dry out there, but I see on Facebook where people saying they're getting a lot of rain out there. But sometimes they can be getting rain in the northern part of the island and the north coast and in places. But we're Sabina Park, Sabina Park is in Kingston, so no only rain really fall in place at them time of year. Guyana and Trinidad always have the biggest crowd, but I will St. Lucia have turned out, but the crowd isn't there for the start of the games. They show up halfway, but still show up nevertheless. Yeah, man, they have some good amount of people going out. Even Darren Sammy was saying that. Even Darren Sammy was saying that he's happy to see the amount of people coming out, but it's really sad that they are not able to get any cricket. Right? Well, I'm not there in a place right now, in a place right now. But as I said, natural. When you're planning stuff like this, you have to plan for natural, accurate, natural. Whether it is rain or whatever, you understand. You still have to make sure that you factor in stuff like that, you know. And it's not that they don't factor it in, it's just that the facility, the equipment that they have to deal with it is just not good enough. I am assuming that for the World Cup though, I am assuming for the World Cup that they will get super suppers, whether it is ICC or whoever going to give them more of them machine and more of them suctions things that just to make sure that things are there. But apart from that, the built-in drainage is very important. Built-in drainage is very important. Some of these grounds when they're watching cricket and have woolly rain falling, no time you see the water disappear. So for World Cup, the most they can do is bring out a lot of those things and take them to the ground. CPL just feel that this year also remember other things going on. Asia Cup, Australia versus South Africa, New Zealand versus England. So no real international superstars this year. Don't see any media hype. Mm. They have a couple of people, but as I said, not a whole lot. What other cricket is happening this week? No, with the CPL playing with our emotions, I need to forget about this weekend quickly before I stay mad this whole week. New Zealand and UAE just finished their T20 series. I think Australia. I think Australia will be playing shortly. I'm gonna have to check. Imagine Jamaica have multiple titles and reigning champs, and they can't build interest. CWI knows that good enough. How they have no interest in the champions' home. Well, why champions and we can't even get a game, apart from Holes and Guptill, no other top tier overseas players. Yeah, no other top tier overseas active player. As I said, probably Guptill and thing there, and Hales. Couple of other guys that are still active in other T20 leagues, but they are not necessarily at the top of their game. Whether they are at the back end of their game or they are just coming through. Person's calling me so, but I want to race against Carnival to show them I real quick. I've you can do that, I'm not taking on any professional athletes in no way, shape, or form. All right, Afghanistan versus Pakistan. That should be good. That should be good. CPL can compete with other leagues. Pay grade, yeah. I live in St. Lucia and wanted what? Not sure what Peter is saying. Still don't see the Indians calling for New Zealand to be banned after UAE beat them down. I mean, New Zealand ended up winning the series still. So when UAE won them a couple days ago, that was to level the series 1-1. New Zealand won the game yesterday. I think it was yesterday. So the series ended up at 2-1. Isn't India playing Ireland right now? I think I saw Boomer is back and doing his thing. Normally, David Melan, the cock, Zappa, Glenn Phillips, but they playing international cricket. Yeah, usually we would have those guys. Every now and again we would have Zampa. Glenn Phillips is always here. And as I said, David Miller would come and leave sometimes, leave early. Jamaica have to beat and teach again in CPL and Super 50, so they feel bad and give Sabina Park some games. And it used to hurt me still, when I have to sit down and watch some cricket. I think it was a couple seasons straight and watch cricket happening elsewhere. And I was pretty close to Sabina Park. Like probably it would take me like 6 minutes to drive go down to Sabina Park. You understand? Without traffic, it would take me 6 or 7 minutes to drive go Sabina Park based on where I was. And I couldn't get any cricket, I live in St. Lucia and wanted to go to the game tonight, but the amount of rain that fell, I opted not to turn out. It was the right decision. It was definitely the right decision. So did you pre-order your ticket, Peter, or you were planning to buy the ticket at the gate? How that go? Are you guys, you hearing anything over there? Are you guys going to be refunded or what? Blessings, Kevin D. Blessings. Yeah, India playing the Irish, was watching the game the other day. Yeah, I think that one game play already, because I remember seeing Boomer taking a couple of wickets and things. So, unless honestly, if players didn't want to play on the ground to risk injury, they shouldn't let the fans play play. Oh, they should have let the fans play a game of their own. Some cricket is better than non-cricket. Non-cricket. Well, me da watch the clear that too, you know. I am on the ground. And the ground look quite dry, and I just can't see why they hold up at the boss. I can't give the green light. Well, the green light won't be given again for tonight because the game done abandoned already. So we now go get a green light. Trust me, New Zealand would qualify without blinking. All right. Is the going? No, the game has been called off. The game has, they said it abandoned because of rain. Um, Stanfield for your guys. Okay, Stanfield for your guys. St. Lucia turned out in numbers and still couldn't get a single game this weekend. People free of work. Yeah. All right, get your comments in, my viewers and subscribers. We are 30 minutes in. Without the game, I said that I was just gonna come on and read some comments because I know you guys are frustrated and thing, but because of such a late start and all of that, we're not going to push it much longer tonight. We're going to just read some comments and see if we read a couple more and see if I can go get myself prepared for my actual job. Because watching cricket and talking about it, if I was to depend on that, look like it a workout. New Zealand beat India in World Cup semi in consecutive tournaments, says Ian. All right. Storm out there, developing out there in the Caribbean, so it's almost impossible to see the CPL matches playing without any weather interruption. Right. Also, with no international cricket being played till December versus England, will the Super 50 be in October? When is it? When is the World Cup? When is the World Cup? I mean, we not qualifier in we not qualifier or anything, but isn't the World Cup in that time? It would be nice. It would be nice though if we get some cricket going at that time. We have to double check back that and see what's going on. Who was the best keeper? Jamaican, Jeffrey Dujan or St. Lucian? Who is this? I know Ignitus. But I'm gonna go with Jeffrey Dujan. I probably because he's Jamaican. I'm gonna go with him. Sports of the one. Have you ever visited Guyana? It was first inherited by the Dutch. Have heard of Coker's dikes. Just built to 1670. Not at all. I haven't been. The only place I've been outside of Jamaica is the States where I'm at now. I haven't, shame that I'm living in the Caribbean, but I haven't been anywhere apart from US and Jamaica. Those are the only two places which part me go. Otherwise, from that, me used to just live in my bush at Jamaica. New Zealand win by 23 runs and India win by 22 runs. All right. You're a teacher, a coach. Well, 2-in-1, 2-in-1. I'm a trained teacher, but I'm also a trained coach. People keep blaming Cornwall for the run out, but why is nobody questioning Mayor's bad judgment in taking a quick single off a misfield? All right, Henry. Good question. Let them answer. What do you think about CPL team so far? There's not much to think. After I see the whole heap of cricket, I haven't seen much. I haven't seen anything much. For a couple of players that do them thing. We see Matthew Ford already. Just a few established stars already that what we see, but I don't really see anything to judge so far, man. All right, we are playing cricket in the hurricane season. That is a problem. Look at the humidity levels in the game CPL and Super 50 and cricket at the end of the year, and we wonder why our cricket is so poor. All right, let me get in a few more comments and then we out of here. Super 50 October, West Indies under 19 tour of Sri Lanka starting this week. West Indies A tour of South Africa in November. All right, Reed on point as per usual. What say you about Cornwall run out? Because if this team needed a single to win, why Kenra the amount of time I talk about this Cornwall situation, usually Cornwall would pace himself. Usually Cornwall would play a shot watch the ball in the gap and pace himself, but I don't know. To travel from Jamaica to Guyana too expensive. It's more expensive to travel in the Caribbean than to go to America or Canada, says Reed. All right. The only positive from this is that the players should be well rested, prepared, and ready to give us 100. Yeah, hopefully we see them putting out 100 from June to November. All right. Or the Manu and Spurs game. Boy, I tell you, it's a rough start to the season. It's a rough start to the season. We need a couple things. We need our centre forward to be on the field, and we need another hole in midfielder. Casemiro look like him put on as much weight as myself. Yeah, and I move too fit. Yeah, I understand. So there are a couple of things that they need to sort out for the team. Mhm. I really want Joseph to get some rest. We're not going to India. All right. So we're not gonna go much longer tonight, my people. Hopefully while we're out waiting on the games until the 23rd, hopefully we can do a couple of live shows. If it's even 45 minutes on in the evenings or so. Even if we not go 1.5 or 2 hours. Hopefully we can come on a couple, if I even, as me say, half an hour, 45 minutes to just basically keep our appetite open towards this whole thing. So, the best team in the world, Man United, will be okay. Don't worry. I know about that, it's the best team based on my emotions, but, we're nowhere close to that, November usually carry mostly wins and positive. All right. So we're going to leave it right here for now, my people. Just one of them things that we really wanted to spend some time on the live and do this watch along. But the weekend come and gone. I think Wednesday is the next game. Hopefully we can do something for Wednesday and thing. Oh, I haven't gotten a chance to actually watch it live, but I'm following a couple of the races. Most of them I see them after. So Jamaica not doing too well at all in the world championship. We would have seen Oblique Civil, the 100-meter athlete there, equaling his personal best. I think he ran 9.83, if I'm not mistaken, in the first round there. Then, he went to the final and he was only able to run, I think it was 9.88. He was credited with the same time as, I think it was Zarnell Hughes, but Hughes got the third medal. So Oblique Civil missing out on a spot there. Sherika Jackson, Shelley, and Fraser Price, they have advanced, so we are still waiting on them. I think we had one person advancing in the shot put, if I'm not mistaken. But it's not our strongest world championship right now. You understand? It's not our strongest world championship. But let us see how things will go. Another guy that we're looking forward to seeing is Rashid Broadbell in the 110-meter hurdles. He crashed out. So hurdles is a tricky event. Having coached it, I can tell you hurdles is a tricky event. The fastest man in the field can come last on any day where hurdles is concerned, because it's all about momentum. It's all about your rhythm, and if your rhythm get thrown off for the first one, I hate that. Yeah. Well, Roger, the game abandoned. Rain. I had Civil to win. Yeah, I had him down to win after how he ran. The best we watch along football. Probably yes, but probably it's best. But I give out way too many emotions when I am watching Manchester United. So probably not a good idea. Anyways, go leave it right here for now, my people. Just continue to stay tuned to the channel. Go tomorrow morning. You will get your update, your regular video. In the afternoon, we probably will drop another one, and we keep it going like that. Just thank you all for the support. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, we keep on asking for you to subscribe. We are closing in on 14,000 subscribers. So let's continue to share, continue to like, and if you have not yet subscribed, subscribe. Thank you all for coming out, even though we didn't have any game. Thank you all for coming out and spending a few minutes to talk with us. Going to leave it right here for now, and we touch base again tomorrow morning. Blessings, everybody. Stay safe.